Okay, so I had a video that I took the tiles out, and now I'm accidentally stopped it, so this will be part two. This will be installing the new tiles. Um, so this is the cleaned out area. All the channels are intact on the remaining tiles or planks or whatever you want to call it, laminate flooring. In the first video, I told you I cut into the lock for this tile. Did not cut into the laminate part, so that's good. And that's not going to really matter because, as I said, the new tile is going to slide under and they're going to butt, so you won't even see this. So now we have to take two new tiles that we have, and we're gonna dry fit them to the holes. Now, as I said in the first video, I have never done two at once, so I don't know. It may just be a matter of putting one in and then putting the other. So I might not have to do as much as when I strictly put one tile in the middle of all the other ones, as I did on the one over there. So first thing, I'm gonna dry fit. Take them apart. So excuse my sniffling, but like I said, it's a very dusty job to do it, and I have some allergies. So okay, so this board goes this way. And you can see this is the inner channel, and this one is the catch. Now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take this off. Not the whole lip. See, it's got a lip that goes around. But I'm gonna take off to the laminate, to right here, to this edge, to where once I am able to fit in the long side, that this side will be butted up against this and drop in. Okay, and same thing on this side. This is also, it's a rounded edge, so I'm going to have to take off to the laminate right here. So it's a little time consuming process. And then on this side, we have to take this whole so we have to take this whole thing off. Now if you look, it goes in, so that is what it's gonna, it goes in and up right here. So that is what is gonna be able to lock to this. Now where it actually locks is really the side ones are the ones that kind of grab and pull the whole thing down. So if I can, I'm going to try and I'm going to prep it. I use a Dremel to cut the edges. I have a little cut off wheel. I'll show you that in a second, and also a little sanding disc on it to smooth it out. And what I'm going to try and do is where I can put both of them, so that way this one, the one that goes here, and this one will have a full lock right here. But I don't know, I have to see what else I'm going to have to cut off the other one. So I'm gonna pause the video. Hopefully I don't mess up this time. And so I'm gonna go outside and I'll show you the Dremel. Okay, so here I'm outside. So this is my Dremel. Anything to cut off, if you have a belt sander, would be really easy. If I was at my job, I would just hit this on a belt sander. It would take me, 30 seconds to do it. But I'm not at work, so what I'm going to do is, this is the one that I have to cut this edge off, and I have to cut some of this edge off. I'm not sure how much, so I'm going to have to keep going back and forth measuring. And I also have to cut this edge off. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to stop the video again, pause the video, and I'll come back and show you what I've done. So I started cutting this one. I just wanted to show you that I'm cutting with the Dremel, and I'm trying not to touch the laminate. So soon might go. Now they have does have the matting, the barrier underneath, so even if I cut all the wood out, or all the, I still probably have to maybe score the matting out off. Okay, so that's that. And so let's look at it. So it's got kind of a little jagged edge, so I'm gonna put my little sanding disc on, and I'm gonna sand that edge. So okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but I hit it with the sanding blade. I got it. So now you see the laminate overlaps. So now I'm going to do the other side, which is just a matter of taking this off. Like I said, you want it to still have the lip, but you're just taking that edge off so it can clear the tile that's next to it. Okay, so ground this edge off. So now that's flush also, but it still has the locking lip on it. So the next thing is to grind as much of this. Normally, if you're just replacing one tile, you have to grind this whole, or sand this whole piece off the same way I did this edge. But since I'm trying to do two at once, I'm going to see if I can keep one where the other tile is going to land. And I think I'll only have to sand, say X amount. So I'm going to measure that, and I'll tell you about that. So, all right, I'm back in now. I have this one where it would just fall right in over here. It'll fall right in over here. So now if I had another tile here already, that's what I'm saying, I would have to kill this whole edge. But since I have to replace this one, I'm just going to kill the edge from here to the end. And then on the second tile, the one that's going to go in here, then I will have to do all that I said on that one. I have to do both edges, and I'll have to do the long edge on this that goes over here. So this one will fall in, and then I'll put the other one in as if I was just replacing that tile, and everything should lock. And so let me go cut this edge off, and then I'm going to cut the other one to fit, and then I'll show you them going in, and it should be a finished job. So be back in a second. Okay, back in, show you what I've cut and what I have not cut. So there's all the remnants. You saw all that come out. So what I'm gonna do now is, what I did was cut that edge to right here. So that's where the other new board is gonna go in. So now, just like when you install them originally, I may need two hands. It kind of slides in and it kind of grabs to itself. And let's see, it's hanging up on something. Okay, there it goes. So now it's going to go in. I'm going to get my rubber plastic hammer, and so I'll show you that it'll, once it goes, it starts to go, it goes down. Okay. And then you see here, I've left this where the new one, the other new one, will go in. And you see it's nice and snug. Maybe tap it in a little. Now the other one, when you put the other one in, it'll snug it itself too. So it's all right. Now this one, I did the same thing as if I was replacing one board. I took, so this is the lip that goes on that side. So I took that off, and you can see it's flush, and actually the laminate is hanging a little further over. And I cut this entire lip off, which was the rounded one. So I left most of the channel, you see. So it's even with the, try and get it to focus. It's even with the laminate, but it's still got channel. And then on the other side, this lip is cut also, and even with the channel. So I'm gonna try and do this with one hand. So let me set it in first, and then I'll come back. Okay, one thing, I have to take a little bit of this edge right here off, so that it'll be able to drop past the edge on the tile. It's in there already. So I'm gonna have to go back outside, just take that little piece off right there, so it'll drop in. So hold on a second. Okay, so I broke all my little cutoff wheel, so I had to just grind it. It's in here already. So now I'm gonna try, hopefully, we're gonna push this down, and it's kind of gonna suck in. So now I'm gonna use a little foot power, stomp it down. Okay, so we got a little problem here. So I got a little problem here. Now, I'm not going to be able to get that out again without destroying the... Okay, so there it is. So some little pieces will hang up. Okay. All right, so there it is. Replaced. As I said before in the first video, they don't have quite the same look because they haven't been, you know, cleaned the same way. So once that gets mopped up and cleaned up, it'll look good. And so that is my video. My name is Tony. There's 2 videos. There's removal and there's installation. So I hope this helps anybody that has these type of floors and they have one bad one and it's in a noticeable place and you want to change it out. So thanks for watching.